Hey guys, it's Bobi aka Paginator, and today we're doing our TBR game for the month of May. Stay tuned at the end because I'm going to have you guys help me out with something. But let's just dive right on into rule number one.
Rule number one. 1. Team Avatar.
Okay, so number one, we got Team Avatar. I reached out to my friend Tori, and she picked out Retro. This is by Sofia Lapuente and Jared Schusterman. As I usually do, I'll be reading the Dust Jacket synopsis for these. This one says, it was never meant to happen this way. Things were never supposed to get this out of hand. After a cyberbullying incident at her school goes viral, Luna Iglesias finds herself at the heart of a brewing controversy. When the social media company Limbo, who is also implicated in the scandal, sweeps in with an offer that sounds like an opportunity to turn over a new leaf and receive a scholarship to the college of her dreams. Luna's happy to jump at the chance. It's called the Retro Challenge, where contestants live without modern technology, wear vintage clothes, party as if the future wasn't already written, and fall in love as if they were living in a movie. At first, the challenge is fun, but then things get dangerous. Kids start disappearing, including Luna's friends. There are voices in the woods, blood-red markings on the trees, and Luna increasingly begins to wonder if all these strange happenings are connected with the Retro Challenge. Secrets, lies, betrayal, the weight of her family on her shoulders. There's so much on the line for Luna, not to mention she's falling in love with the last guy she expected. Unless she can figure out the truth behind who's really sabotaging the challenge, the next person to disappear may be Luna herself.
Rule number 2. I swear I'm not doing this on purpose. We got 1 for rule number 1 and 2 for rule number 2. 1, 2. Element triangles. So we have to randomly choose an element triangle by some kind of random generation, and that will tell us the genre that we need. I'm just going to roll the dice. So air will be 1, fire will be 2, water will be 3, earth will be 4, and then if we roll a 5 or a 6, we'll just roll again. It was a 2, which is fire, and that means mystery or thriller.
Rule number 2, we got element triangles, and we ended up with fire, which is a mystery or thriller. So I am finally going to read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. You all probably are familiar with this book. This says, everyone in Fairview knows the story. Pretty and popular high school senior Andy Bell was murdered by her boyfriend Sal Singh, who then killed himself. It was all anyone could talk about, and 5 years later Pip sees how the tragedy still haunts her town, but she can't shake the feeling that there was more to the story. She knew Sal when she was a child, and he was always so kind to her. How could he possibly have been a killer? Now, senior herself, Pip decides to re-examine the closed case for her final project, at first just to cast doubt on the original investigation, but soon she discovers a trail of dark secrets that might actually prove Sal innocent, and the line between past and present begins to blur. Someone in Fairview doesn't want Pip digging around for answers, and now her own life might be in danger. I know a lot of people out there have read this already, so please, no spoilers in the comments.
Roll number 3. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pick a card. June, read a book featuring assassins or mercenaries.
Rule number 3, we got June, a book featuring assassins or mercenaries. And I picked up this book that I have had for ages. This is Berserker by Emmy Laybourne. I can't even begin to imagine how long I've had this, since it came out. But this one says, her brother Stig swears their powers are a gift from the old gods, but Han Hempstead knows she is truly cursed. It's not Stig's fault that their father is dead, their mother has left, and their brother Newt has been accused of a crime he didn't commit. No, the fault lies with Hannah and her inability to control her murderous gift. She is a berserker. When someone she loves is threatened, she flies into a killing state. The siblings must leave Norway for the American frontier or risk being brought to justice. So I feel like that's where the assassins or mercenaries comes in. Like, she is kind of a murderous person. I couldn't find one that was specifically assassins, so this is my best fit. Anyway, aided by a young cowboy who agrees to be their guide, Hannah and her siblings use their powers to survive the perilous trail where blizzards, wild animals, and vicious bounty hunters await. Will they be able to reach their uncle, the one man Hannah believes may be able to teach her how to control her drive to kill? So, could be interesting.
Roll number 4. 1. Cabbage Pot.
Roll number 4 got us Cabbage Pot. We have my lovely top hat with the skull mask on it as my Cabbage Pot. And we're going to just pick one out. This should be fairly updated, so hopefully we won't get something that I've already read. The Naturals, Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I have not read that one. So here it is. And this one says, 17-year-old Cassie Hobbs is a natural at reading people. Piecing together the tiniest details, she can tell you who you are and what you want. But it's not a skill that she's ever taken seriously. That is, until the FBI comes knocking. They've begun a classified program that uses exceptional teenagers to crack infamous cold cases, and they need Cassie. What Cassie doesn't realize is that there's more at risk than a few unsolved homicides, especially when she's sent to live with a group of teens whose gifts are as unusual as her own. Soon it becomes clear that no one in the Naturals program is what they seem, and when a new killer strikes, danger looms close. Caught in a lethal game of cat and mouse with a killer, the Naturals are going to have to use all their gifts just to survive.
Roll number 5. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cabbage Pot again.
Roll number 5, we got Cabbage Pot again. How did that happen? 2 Cabbage Pots in a row. Okay, I'll show you this time. Oh, looks like it's upside down. Is that A Curse for True Love? Yes, it is. That is behind me somewhere. So here we go. This is the 3rd book in a Once Upon a Broken Heart series. It's about Evangeline Fox and Jax from, Evangeline wasn't in the Caraval series, but Jax was. And in the first book in this series, Evangeline makes a deal to try to disrupt, is it the wedding of someone she's in love with or something? And who she ends up making a deal with is Jax. So there's all kinds of drama that unfolds because of that. Because this is the 3rd book in a series, I'm not going to read the synopsis for you there, but if you know the character Jax from the Caraval series, highly recommend checking out this spin-off series.
Roll number 6. 2. 1, 2, pick a card. Momo, let Momo pick your next read. I can't do that because I don't have a pet, so I'm just going to pick a different card. The Promise, read a graphic novel, comic, or manga.
Roll number 6 got us The Promise, a graphic novel, comic, or a manga. And so I'm going to be reading Zelda Twilight Princess Volume 1. I know, I've never read the Zeldas. This says, once upon a time, wizards tried to conquer the sacred realm of Hyrule. The spirits of light sealed the wizards' power within the Shadow Crystal and banished them to the Twilight realm beyond the Mirror of Twilight. Now an evil menace is trying to find Midna, princess of the Twilight realm, and the fragments of the Shadow Crystals to gain the power to rule over both the Twilight realm and the world of light. Link once trained in swordsmanship, hoping to protect the land of Hyrule. After disaster struck, he sought out the anonymity and peace of life in a small village. But danger and adventure always find heroes to set things right, and when the dark minions of the King of Shadows threaten his new home, Link answers the call. Actually don't know much at all about Zelda anything, other than my cousins really like to play the Zelda game.
Roll number 7. 3. 1, 2, 3. Sneak peek.
Number 7 was a sneak peek, and so I chose to look at TBR videos from Cody at Cody's Book Corner. I really enjoy her TBR videos. She has a big wheel that she spins, and it's really fun. And I went through 3 of her videos, and none of the books that she officially picked are ones that I have and can read. So in the first video, she was scrolling through her wish list, like her Amazon wish list, and I saw this book in there, so we're gonna count it because I saw it in Cody's video. Okay. This is Delicious Death by Kayla Cottingham. I actually have a signed edition. I went and met her in person and heard her speak about this book, and this involves zombies. It says, this summer is going to get gory. 2 years ago, a small percentage of the population underwent a transformation known as the hollowing. Those affected were only able to survive by consuming human flesh. The people who went without quickly became feral, turning on their friends and family. Luckily, scientists were able to create a synthetic version of human meat that would satisfy their hunger. As a result, humanity slowly began to return to normal, Cut to Zoe, Celeste, Valeria, and Jasmine, 4 hollow girls living in Southern California. As a last hurrah before graduation, they attend a music festival in the heart of the desert. They have a cooler filled with seltzer, vodka, and sin flesh and are ready to party. But on the first night of the festival, Val goes feral and ends up killing and eating a boy in one of the bands. As other festival guests start disappearing around them, the girls soon discover someone is targeting people like them. If they can't figure out how to stop it, and soon, no one at the festival is getting out alive. So there we go. That should be interesting.
Roll number 8. Oh, it slid this way, but it is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick a card. There's Ron right there. Appa, clouds on the cover or in the title. Oh boy.
Number 8 is Appa, clouds on the cover or in the title. So I'm going to go with a middle grade that's been on my shelf for quite a while. This is Rumble Star by Abby Elphinstone. And it says, adventures happen to people who need them. Whether they want them or not is entirely beside the point. 11-year-old Casper Talk hates risks and is allergic to adventures, so it comes as a nasty shock when he stumbles into Rumblestar, an unmapped kingdom full of magical beasts. All Casper wants is to go home, but Rumblestar is in trouble. Morg, an evil harpy, is trying to steal all the unmapped magic for herself, and so together with utterly thankless, a girl who hates rules and is allergic to behaving, and her miniature dragon Arlo, Casper sets off on an adventure full of cloud giants, drizzle hags, and neverly trees. Can these unlikeliest of heroes save the unmapped kingdoms and our world from the clutches of Morg and her followers, the Midnights? I want to show you the cover for the sequel to this one, which is Jungle Drop, which is, I think they go to a different unmapped kingdom. And I know the series continues after this, but I just have these 2. So if I really love them, I can look for the other ones. I got these a long time ago when Book Depository was still a thing. I miss that site because you could get British editions, UK editions of books, and they always shipped everything for free, so I was like, amazing. Maybe that's why they went out of business, though.
Roll number 9. Oh, it slid again. It is a 3. 1, 2, 3. Pick a card. Kiyoshi, read a book written by a POC author.
Number 9, we got Kiyoshi, a POC author, and I picked another one that's been on my shelves for quite a while, which is Steeped in Gold by Shannon Smart. Look at this beautiful cover. I think this came in a book box. And this one tells us, order divides them, revenge will unite them. Ireya Adair has spent her life in a cell, heir of an overthrown and magically gifted dynasty. She was exiled from the island nation of Aika, but every day brings her closer to freedom and vengeance. Jasmine Carriot grew up dressed in gold, with stolen magic at her fingertips. Daughter of the self-crowned Doyen, her existence is a threat to her mother's rule, but Jasmine has no intention of dying. Sworn enemies, the 2 witches enter a deadly alliance to take down the woman who threatens both their worlds. But revenge is a bloody pursuit, and nothing is certain except the lengths Ireya and Jasmine will go to win this game. I'm really excited to read this one. Look how pretty it is, too.
Roll number 10. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Team Avatar.
And number 10, we got Team Avatar again. So my same friend, Tori, picked a second book for me. And this is The Summer of '98 by Tay Marley. The summer of 1998 was the summer after I graduated high school. This book says, sometimes home isn't a place, it's a person. From the moment their eyes met, Ellie knew Leroy Leahy would be her destiny. Handsome and ripped, there's just something about Baylor University's soon-to-be star quarterback that makes him impossible to resist. Consumed by a passion neither can understand, Leroy and Ellie spend the summer together. Left senseless and overwhelmed by his touch, Ellie experiences a world of desire she never imagined possible. Safe in Leroy's arms, Ellie begins to see a life beyond high school. Going to college, starting her own business, having a family, but when life-altering news shakes them to their cores, Leroy and Ellie must discover if their passion is enough to help them get through what might possibly be the greatest challenge of their lives. And this one does say Wattpad books up here, which means it started out on Wattpad and then was traditionally published, which some people would stray away from. I actually kind of don't mind Wattpad books. I think that means that like enough people really, really enjoyed them enough that publishers took a chance and published them in physical form. I think that's a good sign. So yeah. All right. So I mentioned that I was going to need your help with something. So the video that we were watching now is my last school year TBR, at least for a while. So we're going to have the summer months. And last summer I did a bingo game inspired by Kaylani at Kaylani Simply Me, instead of my regular TBR avatar that I got from G at Book Roast. What I want you guys to help me out with is to help me pick what kind of TBR game I'm going to do this summer. So there's going to be a link to a Google form in the description box below, and you're going to need to choose from either me continuing to use TBR avatar, doing the bingo again like last summer, inspired by Kaylani, do a Wheel of TBR inspired by Cody at Cody's Book Corner, like I mentioned earlier, or TBR Pursuit inspired by Jade at JD Ray Reads, or you can give another suggestion from your own imagination. So if you would please do me a favor and hit that Google form and give a little vote for me, that would be greatly appreciated. And that's going to be it for this video. So I hope you have a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading. Adios.